It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
Versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4.
Dante Pettis now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Titans ready to take over on offense for the first time, and it is the now 35-year-old Ryan Tannehill who leads them out in his 12th NFL campaign. The NFL's active leader in rush yards, Derrick Henry.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Oh, boy, Derrick Henry shaken up after that last play and in some discomfort down there. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now the rookie third rounder.
And right away he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
And the Bengals now set for their first possession, and it's Pro Bowler Joe Burrow who leads this offense in his 4th season now out of LSU.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown!
Jamar Chase,
his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Bengals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10.
That one's taken in by Spears.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
And here's a give to Spears.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Tannehill now to throw.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. You talk about this Bengals defense.
Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
On 4th down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee. Back deep is Charlie Jones.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen, Incredible when they do, and you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They run with a rookie. It's Chase Brown, and he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there. And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
On the return is Pettis. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Titan football. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
So we stop for no gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
Second and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now it's Tannehill. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Goodwin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
He was brought down by Jordan Battle. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard. At the Bengals.
Spears with another carry.
And he'll do a nice job here just to find his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. Tannehill on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
So here are the Bengals set to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. First down, here's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
First down, Bengals.
From midfield now, Burrow. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry.
Put Autry anywhere along the line, and he'll produce for you. At least 7.5 sacks in 4 of his last 5 seasons with the Colts and Titans.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here comes Pettis on the return. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards.
And out will come the offense as they take over. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Here's Spears on second down.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
And the Titans, first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Tannehill.
Throw out wide is incomplete. You talk about this Bengals defense.
Currently #1 in the NFL against the run.
And that play right there shows exactly why they're so good against the run. Held the line of scrimmage, held the point of attack, and stuffed him for no gain.
Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On fourth down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt.
Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And the Bengals take over, first and 10. Now it's Burrow. Short throw to Smith.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
2 yards to go, second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8. Burrow looking to pass. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
If for some reason you doubted Chase's elite ability, how about this? Missed 5 games last season, still reached 1,000 yards and made the Pro Bowl. His name always at the forefront of the game's greatest playmakers.
Now Burrow on first down. And he'll spot Higgins open left side.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. From the 41, here's a 2nd and 5. As they've got it as we resume action. Here's Brown on second down.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
7 yards there and a first down. The Bengals hit 3-0 here in the month of September. They coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Here's Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Tennessee offense set to go again. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Spears.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
On 1st down, Tannehill.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I would say it would probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The Titans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Trey Hendrickson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
As he's on to punt for Tennessee. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just set up for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
And Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
To about the 26 here.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Tannehill. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And brought down, but not before they get
10 to the 7. 19 yards that time for number 19.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
Right back to Spears. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Trey Hendrickson. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Crosby is good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
At the 30-yard line.
Burrow will throw. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Looking deep here for Chase. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Jamar Chase with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 4.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
T. Higgins out on offense for the rest of his teammates for this next drive.
There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
Kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time, and that's not easily done because you know all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to, but when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Now Burrow. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now Tannehill. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. First down now, but that clock rolling. From the 50, it's Tannehill.
Going right back to DeAndre Hopkins.
Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down.
That one's taken in by Spears. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30.
4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. The kick by Crosby is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. We'll begin out in Houston, and they are nearing halftime with the Steelers out in front. Allen Robinson, a touchdown reception. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Quarterback Sam Howell with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. KJ Osborne, a touchdown reception. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Option play. Here's a give to Brown. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 2 yards still to go. Third down now. They go play action with Burrow. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
Taken from just outside the 30. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw is Tannehill. And that one too wide and incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line.
An inside give, Brown. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
This will be caught by Brown. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, here's a run from Haskins. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Logan Wilson.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins.
And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
A gain of 12. First down, Bengals.
Play action. It's Burrow. Touchdown, Bengals.
Jamar Chase.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Titans getting set and ready to go here for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Tannehill on 1st down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard.
Tannehill now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Tannehill. That's complete once again to Hopkins. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
Hand off to Spears.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Out of the gun to give to Spears.
And he loses the football a 2nd time.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Burrow on play action. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. That's caught inside the 20.
And he will go out of bounds downs down at the 15-yard line.
A big play there for Cincinnati. 41 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Now a give left side, Brown with it. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Burrow.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
Brown will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
At the 33-yard line.
Now it's Tannehill. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
2nd 10 coming up here in Nashville. 3rd quarter action.
Tannehill. And the catch made by Hopkins. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
3rd and 3.
Throwing again is Tannehill. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And sometimes I guess maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there, give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back, and essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys, and that's it.
Yeah, no one's upset the apple cart so far.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Cincinnati.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 37-yard line.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And Bengals on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This is Brown going up the middle. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down. 2nd down and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They give it to Brown. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 63 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. Handing it off to Brown. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 7. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Burrow looking to pass. That is caught. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Here's a give to Brown. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Brown. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Chase Brown with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
12 yards. That's good for a Tennessee Titan.
Now Tannehill. Going right back to DeAndre Hopkins. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
6 brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
Now Tannehill. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Here's Tannehill. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 43-yard
Back to
line.
throw, Tannehill.
That's complete downfield to Okonkwo.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 15-yard line. From the red zone now, Tannehill. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And that will cut this lead down to 25. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was Traylon Burks capping things off with a touchdown catch. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
Another run for Brown on 2nd down.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And even 100 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
And the Bengals first down.
Right back to Brown. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down. Well, this was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially